What's good, YouTube? It's me, Coach 67 Sports TV. Shout out to the awesome and amazing LDBC, Lions Den Boston community. Shout out to the greatest university in the world, the Southern University, home of the mighty Jaguars. In this particular video, I'm going to talk about potential starting quarterback at Southern University. Now, last week was Southern University's Blue versus Gold spring game. And in terms of the spring game, the three quarterbacks that played, first, Harold Blood. Harold Blood was the Southern University's third-string quarterback this past season. This is Harold Blood's fourth year at Southern University. He has 2 years of eligibility left. After him, Grambling State transfer Noah Barton, who was Southern University's fourth-string quarterback this past year. And the third quarterback is UAB transfer Dylan Marotta. He transferred from UAB. You know, he's from Baton Rouge. He went to Episcopal High School. And certain individuals thought that Dylan Marotta would be essentially an heir apparent to Glendon Bubba McDaniel. But, you know, it's too early to tell, but, you know, he didn't wow me at last week's spring game. So a lot of individuals have been talking about Scotlandville's High, Xavian Zade Teasett. Now, for individuals that are from Baton Rouge, there's two high schools that's in close proximity to Southern University's campus. The first one is Southern Lab, which is Southern University's laboratory school, which is on Southern University's campus. But outside of Southern Lab, Scotlandville High School is the next nearest high school to Southern University. And Scotlandville High School, you know, has a lot of talented athletes. It's a powerhouse in terms of both football and basketball. Now, he played both football and basketball at Scotlandville High. He's 6'2", he's 185. Some recruiting services had him listed as high as a 4-star recruit. Now, I had a coaching friend that's extremely high on Zade in terms of his quarterback play. And essentially, you know, he constantly tells me, he said, Coach, either Harold Blood is going to be the starter, Zade is going to be the starting quarterback at Southern for the upcoming fall season. So it's going to be interesting because Zade is a dual-threat quarterback, and one of the issues that Southern had last year was that Bashawn McCray, you know, even though he was, you know, exceptionally talented, essentially he was a glorified running back playing quarterback. I mean, that's an issue Southern has had probably over the last few years because Bashawn McCray was starting quarterback last year. Prior to him, it was Glendon Bubba McDaniel, who was a dual-threat quarterback. And prior to Glendon Bubba McDaniel, it was Ladarius Skelton. And essentially, Ladarius Skelton and Bashawn McCray, it was essentially the same type of quarterback. So Southern is in desperate need of a dual-threat quarterback. Now, last year, Harold Blood, you know, even though he was a third-string quarterback, he was the best pure pocket passer of the three between him, Glendon Bubba McDaniel, and Bashawn McCray. But the thing with that particular situation is, even though Harold Blood was a pure pocket passer, when he played against Jackson State in the SWAC championship game, he wasn't athletic enough to get away from Jackson State all-out blitzing, attacking defense. So it's going to be interesting to see if Southern ever gets in that situation again. Will Zade be a better option than Harold Blood? And like I said, I have a coaching friend that's extremely high on Zade. And basically, he's essentially telling me, Coach, I think Zade's going to be the starting quarterback at Southern. He's that talented. He's a dual-threat quarterback. So, you know, it remains to be seen. And like I constantly said, you know, last week's spring game, you know, all three quarterbacks were decent. But I think Harold Blood, he played the best of the three. You know, he showed progression in terms of, you know, him being able to get out the way of the blitz, step up in the pocket to kind of, when he was under pressure last year, because he played exceptionally well against Virginia Lynchburg, but when the caliber competition really stepped up and he was able to get reps against J-State, he just was not effective. So one thing he worked on, which was something that one of Southern former quarterbacks, John Lampley, he was essentially the exact same quarterback that Harold Blood is. When teams would load up the box, it's just all-out blitz. John Lampley, he had a lot of issues getting out the way. So gradually, when John Lampley progressed, he was able to step up in the pocket and avoid the blitz. And Harold Blood did that last week in the spring game. It's good to see his progression in terms of him getting better in that regard. However, he's, not extremely athletic. So, like I said, maybe Zay, him being a dual threat quarterback, some recruiting services had him as high as a 4-star quarterback. So if Harold Blood isn't the starting quarterback, many individuals, especially that followed Scotlandville High School, they think Zay is going to be the next starting quarterback at Southern. It remains to be seen. Maybe he will be the starting quarterback. Maybe he won't. Maybe it'll be Harold Blood because right now Coach Dooley, he's making it clear and transparent that he's essentially going into the fall. Right now, Harold Blood is the lead in the clubhouse. So we'll see how things go. Tell me your thoughts in the comment sections. So tell me your thoughts in the comment section. If you saw any value in this video, like the video, share the video, comment, subscribe to the channel. After you subscribe to the channel, also click the notification bell so you can be alerted anytime I post any new videos. And essentially, I'm going to break down in the next video, I'm going to break down the entire quarterback room in terms of Southern University. Aside from, Harold Blood and Noah Barton and Dylan Maroda and Zay Teasett, I'm going to also talk about some of Southern's other potential quarterbacks. And then we're going to transition from position group to position group. So after last week's spring game, we're going to break down all the Southern position groups, which groups needs the most attention in terms of which group could potentially have the biggest holes and which group is going to be the strongest of those groups. So if you like the video, again, like, share, subscribe. Also, check out my brother Jared 11 Green on his channel. We have a weekly show called Southern Ballers Talk, where we talk about SWAC football and HBCU football in general. In addition to that, check out my live stream and my podcast, Bayou Sports Talk, Saturdays at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'll catch y'all on the rebound. Y'all have a blessed and phenomenal evening. Peace and blessings.